Interesting. Anyways, welcome back to. I was about to say messages from the 90s. It's still that, but OKC. It's me, KC, with the message that was planned since the 13th. I believe that is dates. When did I create this? Details. The 12th. At 12:02:04. That's very interesting. 12 May 12th at 12:02:04. So, as you guys could see, the title of this video, I am here to. I don't want to, but I'm sure I'm going to piss some people off. So, yes, I am here to piss some of you off. I'm here to enlighten some of you. I am here to clarify some things. I'm here to make you ask more questions. Um, but yes, some of you will get pissed off. Um, but maybe you'll be so pissed off you won't be able to turn it off and you'll actually want to learn more and you'll, like they say, inquiring minds want to know. So maybe you'll go and do your own research and look up your own information and possibly create your own relationship. Um, so, as the title of the video, as the picture said, there is no true religion, only relationship. There is no true religion, only relationship. What do you mean, Kristen? There is no true religion. But what about Judaism? What about Islam? Or what about Christianity? Or what about Buddhism? Or what about atheism? There is no true religion. There is only relationship. And this is so important, especially for those people who are saying, well, what about? So, for our Jewish, Christians, Islamic, because if you are reading the books that pertain to these religions, you will see the correspondence. So, with Judaism, it's the Torah, it's the first half of the Bible. They don't consider the second part of the Bible, um, I guess, factual or true religious text, holy text. Christianity, of course, you got the first and second Testament. Um, so the Old Testament, the New Testament, and Islam with the Quran, you have many points or factors, many instances in the Quran that points back to the holy text or the sacred text, or i.e., the Torah or the Bible. But what do I mean when I say there is no religion? So, because I come from a Christian background, Baptist background, I've been to just about every type of church you can think of: Catholic, Baptist, Antioch Christian, the Spice of Life, a little bit of them all. Um, the important thing that we're not understanding, and I say we loosely, when it comes to religion, is that religion is man made, right? So the person that created Christianity is not the one that they modeled it after, put it that way. The person that created Buddhism didn't create didn't create Buddhism, or the person that notated Buddhism, the person that notated Christianity, the person that notated Islamic beliefs, so forth, whatever. So, what do I mean by that? It's man made. It is not real. Religion is a construct, a confinement, a box to put an unboxable God in, an unboxable source, and an unboxable relationship. It actually hinders one from having a real, true relationship with God, with the higher source, with the ultimate power. Why? Because man created a construct that has rules and regulations that you must follow in order to reach some denouement, or your your endpoint, your great point, your heaven or your hell. When in truth, man doesn't have a heaven or a hell to put you in. And it's not to say that some of these things in these books are not common sense. Like, come on now. This is the thing. You don't need religion to tell you not to kill someone. You don't need religion to tell you not to lie, not to steal, not to commit adultery, not to cheat, not to fornicate, not to be a pedophile, not to be racist. You don't need a Bible, a religion. You don't need a book to tell you. That's something morally that you should have innate in you. And yes, we are human. Yes, we fuck up. Yes, we do fucked up shit. Yes. But somewhere in your soul, aside from your darkness, there should be some light telling you, that was wrong. Maybe I should seek forgiveness for that. Maybe I should change my ways. Maybe I should do this differently. Maybe I shouldn't do this anymore. Morally, you should have morals outside of religion. Religion shouldn't be giving you morals, because that should be something that's just common sense. It's wrong to kill. It's wrong to hurt people. It's wrong to do this. Why do you need a religion to tell you? And then you have a religion telling you what is incorrect, and yet you're still not listening. But also, why? Because man creates things to their own benefit. So you have a book telling you on one chapter that it's not okay to have multiple wives, that it's this, and this. But then you see in other places where man is having multiple wives, and it's not because it's okay, it's because man is choosing to do these things. Man is taking matters into his own hands and constructing, creating the guidelines and rules and regulations that he wants to abide by and doesn't want to abide by. And when he doesn't want to abide by it, he throws the rules and regulations out. So, what do I mean? There is no religion. There is. Because what does the Christians say for the Bible? So, the Bible, the Jews, the Christians, the Islamic, my bad if I'm saying that so weird, but what was I looking for? Da 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 da. So what is true religion? And let's talk about it, because we're going to churches looking for something. Okay, let's start over. Churches, the building that people go to worship God, to give their tithes, to do all of these things. The storehouse, the bride, the pseudo bride. Um, that place was supposed to be a place of reverence, a place of, it's supposed to be a hospital, right? For the sick. You come as you are, because how can you come healed if nothing is wrong with you, then why are you coming? You know, that you go to the hospital for healing. You same thing with God, with church. And you go to God for things and all that stuff. But with the church, the actual storehouse, the building, you go for healing. You go for community. You go for gathering. You go for when two or more are gathered. So where the terminology comes from, come as you are, how can you, where most people want the lady with the issue of blood. Nobody wanted to help her. Everybody shunned her, turned her away. Shit, if I was back in that time, I would have been her and I would have been shunned and turned away, right? Check it though. What healing is she getting? How is she seeing God when the people that supposed to represent God in the house of God are shunning her away, are turning her away, are saying she does not belong, that she cannot belong because she has an issue that she cannot control. Hence why God had to break himself off and send Jesus in the first place. If we're going to go by the Bible and go by historical records that Jesus was a real person and that the Bible and that the Quran are depicting a real person. The reason why he had to come in the first place. Because the religious people were too religious to help the people who really needed God. They thought they knew what God wanted. They thought they knew what was best. Who? How? Did you? You must have thought you created this world. You must have thought you parted some seas and created the firmament and all of this stuff. You must have bumped your head. Obviously. So God had to come in flesh, in person, because the people that he trusted to do his will, to do his work, to speak his word, were doing what the fuck they wanted to do, when they wanted to do it, how they wanted to do. So, what is pure religion? What is real religion? Well, let's look at a couple of things. James 1. And you know how I say read it all, but I'm going to give y'all, I ain't got time to read it all because I ain't trying to make this long. So, James 1, at the bottom, 26. If any man thinketh himself to be religious, while he bridleth not his tongue, but deceiveth his heart, this man's religion is vain. Pure religion and undefiled before our God and Father is this: to visit the fatherless and widows in their affliction and to keep himself unspotted from the world. What is true religion? To take care of the orphans and widows and to be not of this world. To not partake in the world. To separate yourself from the world and give back and help out and care for the orphans and widows. Oh man, like y'all really just have to. Oh, I don't know what to tell y'all. Y'all gotta read. Y'all gotta read everything and get an understanding for yourself. Y'all gotta stop listening to everything everybody tell y'all. Y'all gotta stop being so gun ho. And I get it, being raised up in certain things. But just think about it in a simple aspect. If everybody was fucking perfect, what was the point of Jesus fucking coming? That's so basically what you saying is he was killed for nothing. He was murdered by church folks for nothing. And let's talk about it. Why was he murdered? He was murdered for witchcraft. So we want to talk about all the religions and all this stuff, and let's talk about it because everybody want to say how this exists, but this doesn't exist. This exists, but this can't exist. Look, if y'all believe in Satan and the devil and the dark side, understand that there is a light side. There's a God. There's something greater. If y'all believe in miracles and stuff, believe in the opposite. If you believe in witchcraft, believe in the opposite. If you believe in good days, believe in dark days, bad days. Like you believe in sunshine, believe in rain. There, as above, so below, as within, so without. There is always a flip side to everything. And if you want to look at another aspect, it's a it's not a sphere. It's I'm seeing a spiky, not a spiky ball, but a star. Um, Everybody wants to label something, and this is that and that. Yes, there is. Is that moth losing his shit? There is good and bad to everything. There can be too much good that is bad. You can eat too many apples and it be bad for you. You can eat too much greens and it be bad for you. You can have bad and it be good. Where, I look at meat as bad. In some aspects, you can eat some meat and it be good for you. I don't know how many aspects that is, but I'm just throwing it out there. Why did they kill Jesus? Why did they hang him on a tree? Why did they put him on a cross? Why did his own people sacrifice my man's? Because of witchcraft. He was working miracles on a Friday evening to Saturday. He was out here doing things. He was letting people who are bleeding for years touch him. He was taking his spit and making people see. He was speaking and spitting the hot truth and that hot shit. And he was in there tearing up churches and letting them know that they was full of shit. And they didn't like it. And to them, that was witchcraft. You can't heal nobody on this a day of rest. Where meanwhile, he was exhibiting that God is outside of constraints that even maybe God put. Okay, God said the day of what you call it, Sabbath is a day of rest. But God can also say it's not a day of rest. God can work on the Sabbath if he chooses to. If God needs a miracle done on the Sabbath, because that's what a miracle is. If you ain't supposed to be doing it on the Sabbath, how you gonna think you're not gonna think it's a miracle. If it happened on daggone Thursday, it's a regular day. You gonna think somebody preacher laying hands or something or whatever. It happened on the day it needed to happen because that was the miracle. But they hung him for it. Because to them it was witchcraft. They didn't see the God in it. They didn't understand. Like a lot of people out here in this world don't see the God in everyday shit. In everyday people. Because they don't look like them. They don't talk like them. They don't go to the churches. They don't sit on them pulpits and pews. They ain't singing the hymns like you do. So you don't believe that God is working through them and in them and with them at all times. And you'll be sadly mistaken. Like a lot of them people back in that Bible who didn't believe that God was who he said he was. Oh, but they had a rude awakening. When the earth started shaking and the sun darkened and the moon didn't even shine. And it was broad daylight and they thinking it's nighttime. trying to hurry up and dispose of the body because it was a sin to have a dead body on Sabbath, thinking they was already hitting the Sabbath. Religion has been used to manipulate, control, contain the masses since before slavery, since before Pharaoh. There was relationship with God. Moses in that burning bush was not from the Bible, it was relationship. If Moses wasn't even open to that, he would have ran away from that burning bush. He wouldn't have answered that burning bush. He would have tried to destroy the burning bush or put it out. It took relationship for them to hear God, to move. It wasn't religion. You look at the Quran and everybody is, I don't know what the beef is when the Quran is telling you exactly the same stuff the Bible is saying. And all of them are saying the ultimate goal is to love yourself and love others. That covers everything. Love God, love yourself, love others. That literally covers everything. It prevents you from hurting people, stealing, killing, cheating, lying. Like, it prevents all those morals that y'all forget to exhibit. You ain't even got to think twice if you just do those 3 things first. I'm just saying, I don't understand why everybody is trying to bash everybody. I seen a video where man over here so hard body for Christianity, and he's doing, you know how them people take other people's content and want to comment about it. They got their face on the side, and he's commentating on, I guess they were I guess it was a gay gospel group out of New York or whatever. I'm laughing, but I'm not laughing at them. It shit just took me by surprise, y'all. Oh my goodness. But nonetheless, I can't even be mad. I just wish they would work on their vocals and do a little something. I don't know, a little something. That, woof. But nonetheless, the guy was hard body trying to go in. And I'm just like, you really not making sense, because what was the whole point of Jesus coming once again? Jesus knew y'all niggas was niggas back then. Like, he knew y'all girls was on girls back then. He knew y'all was doing weird stuff back then. He knew about all the stuff we would be into. Like, I'm just saying, that was the whole point of him coming, because he knew if he wasn't coming, we was gonna be doomed. What was the point? Okay, let me find that. Okay, first of all, let me just say this because I just see this. And this is John 12:44. And Jesus cried out and said, "Whoever believes in me believes not in me, but in him who sent me." Y'all have to stop. And even in the Bible, you got to find it. If I don't come across it, I'm just not going to come across it. But because this video is getting long, y'all have to really stop. Yes, Jesus is the OGSHIT. Yes, I said it. Yes. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. Especially if he's out there working miracles and doing everything he was doing back then, please. But even him himself said to worship God. And let's not be act like the image that y'all have in 1222. Let's not act like the image y'all have on y'all walls. That's not God. That's not Jesus. So y'all need to first stop worshiping that. Stop praying to that. Because you're praying to a false idol. You're praying to something that's not even legit. Number two, you shouldn't be praying to any idols, images, crosses, pictures, any of that. Once again, relationship with God. Um, where is it out? Where is it at? Here we go. Galatians 2:21. Um, I do not nullify the grace of God, for if righteousness were through the law, then Christ died for no purpose. Righteousness through the law, that is the Ten Commandments, that is the Torah, that's everything the Jews were given in the very beginning on the tablets. If righteousness was through the law, everybody would be dead because everybody is sinning in some type of way. I.e., here comes God, Jesus, to save the day and to save everybody. So, what does that mean? It does not mean to worship Jesus Christ, the Messiah. Christianity was supposed to be based on living your life like Christ, to be Christ-like, to follow in the footsteps of Christ. And I think y'all are not doing that. I don't think, I know y'all are not doing that because I don't think y'all understand that how Christ maneuvered. Like, Christ turned shit up. Like, he told the people in the church, "Hey, you ain't godly. You're not doing what God wants you to do, what God said to do. You're not treating God's people good. Like, you're twisting the word. You're twisting God. Like, you're twisting and you're confusing the masses. Hey, these people need help. Y'all walking right past them. Let me go and help these people out. Let me lend a hand. Let me be a miracle. Let me be a healing help to these people. Let me speak the truth. Let me tell these people that what they're doing is not beneficial, is not helpful to their lives." I don't think y'all are doing that. He also did not judge the sinners. He asked them questions. He briefed them. He asked them if they wanted to be healed. Then he gave them the opportunity to get that healing for themselves. I don't think y'all are doing that. He didn't shun anyone away unless he knew for a fact they were full of shit. And guess what? Most of the time, they were religious people. Shocker. He also fought and he made sure he hung around people of all cultures and backgrounds who wanted better for themselves because it didn't matter where they started, it mattered where they wanted to end up. So, yeah, he used to be a killer, but he not a killer no more. But don't push him. He might just chop your ear off. Because I'm going to tell him to get strapped up. Because that's what Jesus did. He told them to go get strapped up. He told them to go get a sword. Go get some protection. Stay ready. Stay vigilant. I don't think y'all doing that. Y'all being cowards. Y'all being scared. Y'all being weak. Y'all not riding for y'all brothers and sisters, y'all neighbors. Y'all out here plotting and planning on them. Y'all praying on them, not praying for them. Y'all out here turning your nose up, thinking you better than somebody because you think you got a gift that can easily be snatched back. You think you somebody because you behind a pulpit. Because you showing up on YouTube and on somebody's TV every day. You think you somebody because you know this language or you've been to this country or you've been in this continent. But are you in purpose? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Are you in a relationship? Or are you religious? I'm just saying. A lot of people talking, but what are we actually doing? Jesus was actually walking them streets, just talking. He won't knocking on people's doors. No offense to the Jehovah's, I love y'all dearly, but he won't not. He was walking in purpose, and people came and found him as he was walking in purpose. Now, when it comes to the Buddhism, yes, similar. Hindu, that's why I get a little shaky. And I ain't even gonna lie, I got to them Vedas, and I was just like, this is a lot of witchcraft. And I don't, I gotta do some more reading outside of that before I even enter into the Vedas. And I would recommend you to do a lot of research before you enter into something that you have no idea what you're putting your paws on and your fingerprints on. Because once your fingerprints touch it, baby, you can't get your fingerprints off of it. And I'm talking about spiritually. You're playing stuff that you don't know nothing about. You're playing realms that you don't know nothing about. Your fingerprints are still there. And they are being accounted for. I don't know who needs to hear that. As far as you religious people, I hope I pissed you off enough to come back. Because it's not to shame you, to shun you. It's to get you to see that we are all on the same team, but we don't see that we are on the same team. The ultimate goal is love. To elevate yourself, you need to love something greater than you. You need to love yourself. And you need to love other people so that you don't fuck other people over. So that you don't treat other people like shit. So that you don't put other people on the cross just because they're a little bit different than you and they had a different quality than you. And because God told them to maneuver. And because that was God maneuvering in them. And you didn't understand and you couldn't recognize God because you were not from God. You were not of God. And you were leaning more into the dark side. So you chose to hang God on the tree. Yeah, I'm trying to prevent that. But some people, you're gonna hang God on a tree because they show up different than you. because God is going to put something in somebody that shows up different than you. And you're going to want to hang them on the tree, and you will regret that. Just like everyone who nailed those nails in Jesus' hands. And the earth began to shake and quake, and the sky became darkened. And that's gonna be physical and spiritual. Nonetheless, yes, your shipment is scheduled for delivery. 12:32. Now, this is not one of those videos, but I just want to see what comes out. Source at the bottom of the card, at the bottom of the card, the deck. Honor your word. Source. Source, honor your word. I think it's so important we don't get it misconstrued. I'm all that you need. All that you need. I am that I am. And it's a number two. And it's a number two. Interesting. It's important that we get in relationship. Bear fruit, 40. I saw that earlier. But wasn't going to take it, and it still came out. Balance, silver lining. It's important that we get in relationship. And not just talk about it. Blessings in disguise. 8. Sacrifice. 4. Silver lining. I am. We gotta get in relationship. Without relationship, it's really a dead end. You're really fighting for nothing. You are maneuvering for nothing. One thing we know is man has altered and alters everything. We know it is hard to trust and believe in everything that man has given us. While some things are true, some things are not true. And that's why it's also important for us to learn and read and seek out information for ourselves. Our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Not perish, but destroyed. Perish is so easy to die. It is devastating to be destroyed. When you think of something being destroyed, you think of being demolished for forever, legacies, generations. That's crazy. Serena and Venus Williams sisterhood. It's so important. I don't know why I keep saying it's so important, but I just have to keep saying it's important to get a relationship. I don't care what nobody tells you. You don't have to You can go straight to God and talk to God. You don't have to go to no bishop, no pastor, no preacher, through me, through no tarot reader, through no YouTube video, through no gospel song to have a connection with God. All you need to do is open up your mouth and speak to God, and He is there at all times waiting for you. Integrity. Michelle Obama, Sandra Day O'Connor come together. Diana, Princess of Wales, Heart First. And I wonder if she was in this deck and here she came out. These are some pretty cards. So come with a clean heart. Come authentic. So integrity, whether you had integrity at a point or not, meaning you did some fucked up shit, admit to it. God, I'm sorry for these things that I did. Call them out. Call yourself out on your bullshit. Admit to what you've done and turn back from it. Don't do it. Repenting is all repenting is turning back from what you have done and not doing it again. And ask God to cleanse your heart and your mind and your soul and to free you from whatever demons that may have a hold on you. That's crazy. And in my head I said slow down my talking and slow down came out. So take it slow. Slow down. Take it slow. Maybe you need to pour into other people to help you pour into yourself. Yes, lend a hand, get it together. Adventure, renewal. So being of service to others will help you in this aspect and will help strengthen your relationship with God and your discernment. Trailblazer. Freedom, Maya Angelou. Slow down again, Heart First. $44.24. That's it. Take the lead. Courage. Intelligence. Come together again. Rebel. Divine channel. God is really calling us to get in relationship. It's not about the money you give to these churches, these buildings. The church is you. You are supposed to be the church. You are the church. The church is you. Your temple, your body. That's the church. We are the church. And as the church, we are supposed to, the person is supposed to be gathering more people to join the church and become churches too, and become temples too. Relationship. Some people are not going to be able to be saved. So, this is so interesting. This fell out in my lap like this. This is in reverse. And this is face up. But when I pull the card, if I was looking at it, right, it would be reverse. So, some people are not going to be able to be saved. It's not going to work for their good. Judgment in reverse. It's out of their control. Some is I'm sure he'll be really happy to see what we've done while he was gone. The profits from every division have gone up on a record breaking rise. It's like the story of the talents. One was given one was given two, one was given four, or something like that. One, two, and five, and the one with the five came back with 10. The one with the two came back with four. The one with the one came back with one. And then on the flip side, we got some people will be saved. And everything is working for your good. And judgment is still being called. But you've chosen the right thing. You've chosen to do the right thing. That's it. Because I'm going to just pull and pull. Yep. Yep. Knight of Cups, the Magician. Jason's Lyric. Steve Urkel. Be kind, rewind, King of Cups, just saying, wow, what a difference. Love, kindness, repentance, forgiveness, change. There's still time. There's still time. There's still time. Maybe not a lot, but there is still time. There is abandonment. Rapid escalation. Walls closing in. Yeah, it's time, but it's time. Relationship is all I can say. Um, and if you want to claim these religions, then actually start acting like the people who the religions are modeled after. You want to be a Christian? Act like Christ. Y'all not acting like Christ. You want to be a Buddhist? Act like Buddha. Y'all don't even got love in your heart or nothing. Y'all ain't peaceful worth of nothing. Y'all don't even sit in nature. But you want to be a Buddhist. Like, I'm just saying. And if you want to play in the dark arts and you want to be on the team of Satan and you want to rock and with all the bad things, then you do that as well. Just understand what comes with that, because there's consequences for any and everything that we do in this world. Whether we want to hide behind a religion or rebelling against a religion, right? Um, yeah, that's it. That's all. I hope I didn't piss y'all off enough to never come back. But religion is faker than a $3 bill. Relationship is the only true thing out here. And per a lot of you religious people, for your true religion, it is giving back to the orphans and the widows. It's not tithing 10%. It's not none of that. The church, you, and then if you want to say the church as in a building, it's supposed to be taking care of the orphans and the widows. Loving God, loving yourself, and loving other people. And if you're not doing that, then what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't know. I don't want to know, though. Peace out. Peace out. I think that's it. That's all for this video, because I got more I got to do. Got to go. 12, 22, 1202, 12024, 1240, 40, 404, those numbers are important. Um, yeah, that's it. That's all.